Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you know, my name is Andrea Fixes Your English and I am here to try to help you to fix your English. Today we're going to be looking at prepositions of time, which many people struggle with. That is when to use at, when to use in, and when to use on. So if sometimes you're confused as to when to use one of these prepositions, this lesson is for you. So there's three main parts to this video. The first is the use of at, in, and on. I'm going to give you some practical examples through dialogue, and we're also going to have a quiz at the end. So let's begin. So let's quickly do a recap of what a preposition is. A preposition shows a relationship between words, between pronouns and nouns, and the other words in a sentence. If it helps, you can think of the word position. For example, where is someone? Are they in the box, on the box, above the box, next to the box? If you remember that word position, the word preposition isn't so difficult. So today we're looking at prepositions of time. So each question begins with the word when. For example, when did you move to London? And the answer could be, I moved to London in 2007. You hear that in, which is a preposition of time. Now, the difficulty with this is that we have three. We have at, in, and on. So how can we remember which preposition to use at which time? So let's look at some examples of these prepositions of time. We're going to go through a dialogue now, and I'd like you to try to listen out for those ins, ats, and ons. Let's begin. It's been such a slow week. What are you doing at the weekend? Well, at the moment I'm planning to see my friends on Friday. I'll work on my thesis on Saturday, but only in the morning. Oh, you're studying? Yeah, I'm doing a master's in marketing. I should graduate in July. I started in 2022 during the pandemic. That's fantastic. I've been thinking about doing a master's for years. I'm off to a meeting with Brian, but I'll catch you at lunch. So, as you could hear, this dialogue was chock full of lots of prepositions of time. You could hear the ats, the ons, and the ins. Let's break down why each preposition was used in each of these situations. So, I want you to visualize a triangle. At the very top, we have at for the most specific times. Next, we have on for days and specific dates. And at the base of the triangle, at the bottom, we have in, which is used for longer periods like months, years, or centuries. There is a rhyme that we can think of to help us remember. It is at for a moment, on for a date. In for durations, you'll never be late. One more time. At for a moment, on for a date. In for durations, you'll never be late. Do you have another way to remember these prepositions? If you do, please let me know in the comments. So at is used for specific times. We have the meeting starts at 7:30 a.m. I'm seeing my friend at 6 p.m. I always have lunch at noon. Other examples include at night, at the weekend, at Christmas. This at Christmas is actually used for the holiday period, not the specific day of Christmas. At is also used for certain expressions, such as at the moment, at the time, at present. On is used for days and dates. We have, I'll see you on Monday. I'll see you on the 22nd of May. Now, obviously, I'm teaching you the way to say it in British English. If you are learning the American way of writing it, it would be the month first and then the day. But in England, in the UK, and in other countries, we actually use the day of the week first and then the month. If you have any doubt, use the names of the months instead of the number. For example, if you wanted to say May, you could also write 05. But if in doubt, please just put 5 May or May 5. That way, no one can be confused as to which day and month it will be. It's also used for parts of the day. I'll meet you on Monday morning. It's also used for special days like on my birthday, on New Year's Eve. In is used for longer periods of time. I'll graduate in January. He was born in 1983. We'll travel in the summer. It's also used for in the morning, in the evening. Although we do say at night, this is an irregularity. We also use in for the future. I'll see you in 30 minutes. He'll retire in 3 years. Let's look at some advanced prepositions now. We use around or about for approximate times. I'll arrive around 4 p.m. It started about 5 minutes ago. We use for to talk about duration. I've been working here for 18 months. We use since to talk about past points in time. I haven't been there since I was in school. Also, we don't use prepositions after the following words: next, last, every, and this. I'll see you next Friday. We meet every Saturday afternoon. Okay, it's quiz time. I'm going to give you a sentence with a blank, and you need to fill that word in with at, in, or on. Let me know how you do in the comments. I don't like meetings. The mornings. Where did you go? New Year's Eve. I saw the ballet last month. I was born the 80s. It never snows the winter here. I'd love to see you Friday. They're getting married the 15th of May. She visited Spain 2015. I always have a cake my birthday. I eat lunch noon. It's been wonderful having you learn English with me today. Remember the triangle, remember the rhyme, and the more that you practice, the easier it will get. So, check out my other videos for more English content. If you are ready to take your English to the next level, please contact me about private lessons. I'll see you soon. Bye!